Hello, this is meteorologist Brad Warner from Region Weather Live with just a quick evening, early night update as to what we're expecting here for the rest of Friday night and into Saturday and Sunday as well. We've got these storms that are continuing to move eastward through Montana that are expected to eventually move into western parts of North Dakota. Generally, these storms are moving east at about 40 miles per hour. Wind gusts of 70 miles per hour possible with 2.5-inch hail. This is valid until 4 a.m. Central Time, but the way it's looking right now, I think these storms will probably make it beyond this current watch out there. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it either gets tacked on or maybe an additional one gets added to just a little bit further east than what that one's out there currently. You can see on here in the yellow where the slight risk is up until around 7 a.m. Saturday morning. And then beyond that, for Saturday morning into Sunday morning, you can see here in the yellow where the slight risk is, or the 1 out of 5 scale regarding the severe weather for Saturday. Now, what this entails for Saturday as far as this slight risk goes is a couple of things. Expecting yet another round of storms to develop out into portions of Montana and move eastward through the overnight hours once again, Saturday night into Sunday. But there's also a chance that as these storms continue to progress eastward through the Saturday morning hours, that there might be a boundary left over somewhere east of the Missouri River where it could set off an isolated storm or two. And if it does, that's going to be the potential for some severe weather there as well later in the day, Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. But ultimately, what most of this light risk is showing is just another round of storms firing off into Montana and pushing eastward overnight Saturday night. And we'll show you that here in just a bit. So we're going to take a look at two different models here. We're going to start off with the HRRR model, and you can see how these storms progress eastward and move just into western parts of North Dakota. This times out to be right around 2 a.m. Time frame, and you can see sort of that Boeing echo type of scenario where we're going to be dealing with some damaging winds mostly with this. This is 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., just kind of starting to get into central parts of the state, but they're starting to decrease a little bit at that point. If you remember where that slight risk was earlier, it's just kind of starting to outrun that slight risk area. And the storms are kind of decreasing as we get around 6, 7 a.m. Maybe some stronger stuff on the far south end still. But then as we get into 8, 9, 10 a.m., those storms largely start to die off. Where or if there is any kind of boundary left over from these storms after they've died off, they could kick up an isolated storm or two later in the afternoon on Saturday. And you can see here where the NAM 3 kilometer develops it, kind of north of that Devil's Lake area, and pushes it southward. Now, if that happens, you're going to be dealing with some strong damaging winds, maybe some large hail, but also the possibility of a tornado or two expected with this if these storms do develop. So we'll see if it's able to set off any storms, if they're able to break that cap later in the afternoon on Saturday. But you can kind of see possibly where this particular model at least develops some storms later in the afternoon. Going back to the HRRR model, this one actually develops it closer to Bismarck, way further west than that last model, and pushes it south and east, and that's about it until the new storms or the next round of storms come in from Montana. Now we're looking at midnight to 1 a.m. once again. By the time these storms start to reach western North Dakota Saturday night into early Sunday morning. And they're expected to continue to push eastward, probably mainly over northern parts of North Dakota overnight. Here we are by 6 a.m. and just kind of starting to reach the eastern parts of North Dakota. Maybe some lingering effects a little bit further back where you might have an isolated storm or two. But then ultimately, it kind of gets back into an area here where the atmosphere hasn't been tapped into yet. There's still some good low-level moisture. So I think these areas across northern parts of Minnesota in the afternoon hours or on Sunday are going to be in for some damaging winds and hail and possibly even an isolated tornado or two. That's just, like I said, that's kind of the quick version of it. And without going into a whole much more detail, just be on the lookout, mainly through the overnight hours across North Dakota, particularly across northern and western parts of North Dakota, where we could be seeing some damaging winds. And please feel free to ask any questions in the comments once you take a look at this, and I will be happy to answer them. For Region Weather Live, I am meteorologist Brad Warner. Oh, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Subscribe because if there is enough storms going on, I might be on late tonight, early tomorrow morning, and then again Sunday morning. And I'll try to keep you as updated as I can with the severe weather. So make sure you hit subscribe so that you know when I am on live. So everybody have a good, safe weekend, and we will see you later.